Girlfriend is pregnant with second child. Job's making me work 7 days a week. I just crashed my car and totaled it. My home is being repossessed by the bank. Wish my job paid more. I haven't seen any family of mine in years. I'm almost where I want to be in life, maybe next year. Girlfriend said my dick looks small this morning. The dog keeps destroying my carpet.
Life can be a very stressful thing for us guys. In fact, I would go as far as to say that with any type of death that happens to a man in any kind of lucrative way, really, stress is an inhibitor to it. Now, this is not to say that men naturally feel more stress than women. I think every individual feels it differently. But as I've mentioned in many other videos before, us guys, our brains are set up a bit differently. So intensively, we will go to our fight or flight response when we are under any amount of stress. Stress takes over a man's life when there's a struggle going on, when there's challenges coming about in that man's life that feels as if it's a weight on his shoulders, something he has to carry out throughout every day of his life until certain aspects of it are fulfilled. It's a must, and if it's not done, it's almost as if any man would take it as his life is just falling apart. I've seen this quite a bit with a lot of articles I've read where they're interviewing elderly older men and asking about their past situations with, say, heart attacks or ulcers, cancer, illness, disease. And a lot of factors that go into their story is their past of immense stress upon themselves. Working themselves like a dog, abusing certain substances, thinking that they could just handle the world right on top of their shoulders as it just presses it down onto them and crushes them physically and mentally. That was the case of my witness too when I was working in certain shops. It was always the elderly old men who just seemed so fucked up. You could just tell by the look in their face, just years upon years of stress, and it just keeps happening. And then you talk to them and it's almost like it's just a natural stem of them. That's just like there's nothing they can do about it. It's just going to keep happening and happening this way. Natural stress. But there is in fact one thing that any man can do to kill his stress, to void his stress away from him, to turn a stressful situation into an unstressful situation, to a more of a prosperous living. As I have mentioned before, stress is a challenge on one's life. But that's exactly the answer, is a challenge. With challenges, it takes action, doing something. Physically doing something, mentally doing something, it takes a type of action. And instinctively, that's what our go-to is for us guys. If something's going on within our lives, what's the first thing a guy is going to think? I need to take some action to solve this, to overcome this. There's some kind of an action that needs to be done. Something real needs to be done to fix this. You feel like life is just stressfully bouncing up and down on your shoulders, making it so challenging that you can't break away from it. You have to keep enduring it. Challenge yourself within that situation to get out of it. The first part of this challenge may be the most challenging of all for a lot of guys, is you have to internally believe that you can overcome all these stressful tendencies. No matter how colossal it is, you have to believe that you can do it internally first. That's the only thing that's going to implement action, is from you. Once you've convinced yourself, you're naturally going to start going towards that action that needs to be taking place. You're going to pick up on stuff that you're seeing in your present day life that you're going to want to follow, that it makes you feel a certain way that this stress has prolonged you from feeling for a very long time. And that's ease, complete ease over your life. And that ease, that cool down, that is what's going to kill the stress within you. Kill the disease, all of it. Have ease. Go towards ease. Pick up on signs that provoke you into believing life naturally is ease. Because that's what life naturally is. Life is naturally ease. Once a man starts picking up on those signs and starts reminiscing with the feeling of ease that is going on between it all, fear will come into play. Hesitation will come into play too. A lot of guys will think like, I can't be doing this. I've already established so much with this and that. And if I even get away from that for a split second, everything in my life is just going to fall and tumble down. And then it ends right there with them. They scoot right back into those stressful tendencies. What they don't realize is, where is it going to fall? The chips may fall wherever. But I guarantee, if you keep going with this, with those abrupt signs that are coming in your way, from getting away from those stressful tendencies, to challenge yourself out of those to a more prosperous life, you're going to fall right to where you need to be. Life is constantly pushing in that forward motion. To which direction it will push you towards, it's up to you. But either way, it's going to push you forward. That's why you as a man need to be on top of life. build that self-confidence, that self-perception of yourself. Think highly of yourself. So highly it challenges the standards going on below you. It challenges all those stressful tendencies, all this bullshit going on in your life that you do not want anything to do with, that is literally killing you. Rise above it. Let the chips fall where they may. If you're thinking so highly of yourself and really challenging against this into something even better, more prosperous, you will fall into it naturally. And once it all comes into play, you can just look right behind you and just wave stress goodbye.
Saint Perigene, patron saint of all forms of cancer. We ask you for your help in asking God to heal my cancer and keep it in remission. Pray for me so that I may live a long and faithful life.